Hey, Alexus Love Beauties and Flawless Men. Today we're going to speak about wisdom for beginners. Now, when we talk about wisdom for beginners, this is just a simple text that will help a child. So we know in Proverbs, David had written to his son Solomon, wisdom and understanding, and he gave him that as an inheritance along with whatever else David had given him son. When God talks about training the child up in the way they should go, he refers to us being blessed with the wisdom. Everything doesn't have to do with money. Like, I understand that our parents, may have been separated and parents did what they had to do. But at the end of the day, it's never been about the money. It's been about the love and the wisdom. And that's what David is teaching Solomon. The whole book of Proverbs is a book of wisdom, a book of teaching. And anyone can learn from this book. Anyone can teach from this prophecy. And it's just somewhere great to start for beginners. And he says blatantly what to look out for. Now, I feel like if someone was training their child up in the way they should go and they went directly to Proverbs, then that child will be straight, because David talks about everything that you can ever imagine. There's other parents in the book of Proverbs. Everybody just a Proverbs 31. Proverbs 31 is not the only chapter where you come on, y'all. Like, for real. Proverbs 31 is not the only good chapter in Proverbs. I swear. It just be like every time you hear about Proverbs, you just hear, oh, Proverbs 31 woman. I just need to be this Proverbs 31 woman. I want this Proverbs 31 woman. And I be looking like, but Proverbs 31 was really directed towards the son. Another son, but we're just gonna leave that alone for another day. But that's all people seem to care about is a Proverbs 31. What about Proverbs 23? You know what I'm saying? So today we're just gonna be speaking about Proverbs Chapter 1. This is the beginning. It's very, very easy to understand about. Let me count that. For real, that's all you hear, like a Proverbs 31, Proverbs 31. By this point, we should all know Proverbs 31 about the back of our head. So we're just going to be reading for Proverbs chapter 1, verses 1 through 33. I like to read far so that way I get an understanding of what's going on. Like, you can just read certain parts, but I personally like to read from the beginning to the end so it can all just come together and it can all make sense of what's going on. Sometimes if you just pick something, you'll be like, well, okay, well, why was they even telling him that? Like, what's the purpose of this? So I like to start from the beginning to the end of a text, or at least a paragraph, or at least a chapter. That way, oh, okay, this is why you was telling him that. So this is what David said. Now, mind you, David done been through the mud and back. David done seen it all with the females. David done fought in all of these wars. David done went up against all of these kings, got all of this land. David already lived in a promised land. David done made mistakes. David done cried out in Psalms to God. And I think Psalms is right after Proverbs. David already know what's up. David that man. David really that guy. Like, he done been through a lot already. And actually, Psalms is Psalms is before Proverbs. So in Psalms, this is where David was expressing his love and his compassion and even his hate towards people and everything to God. So Psalms is that book that you go to cry out to God if you need to know what to say and what to pray and how to get through different things and depression and anxiety, and you express yourself to God. Sometimes we don't know what to say, and this is why we seek the kingdom of God. We come in here and there's already been our brothers and our fathers and sisters and our true ancestors and people that lived before us that has worked with God, that already talked to God. And if we say the things that worked, we always look forward to something that works. It doesn't make sense to do something or get into something that doesn't work, then it'll just be a failure. We know that all of David's prayers worked in Psalms. So you'll go to Psalms for, like I said, to pray or to, sing songs to God. And then right after that, right after he went through the things he went through, he left his son an inheritance. He left his son the wisdom. So David knows exactly what's going on. You know, leaving an inheritance is not always about money. It's about the wisdom. Because if you have the wisdom, you know how to make the money. Anybody can make money. A child can make money. It's not about making the money. It's about having the wisdom. You don't have to have no money. Homeless men, they don't have a lot of money. But guess what? You know, they have wisdom though. And Lord, forgive me for that comparison or anything like that. But seriously, you know, they're wise. I heard somebody say one time the reason that they didn't even want anything, and it wasn't because that, you know, that they didn't need it. It's just because they was like, I'm looking at, I think I seen on the TV show, this person was looking at it differently. They was like, well, while y'all be struggling paying rent, I'm good out here. And you know, anybody can take that. They can think about it how they want to, but people have wisdom. This is why you never talk about nobody. You never do nothing. You don't know who nobody is. You don't know who somebody sent just as an angel for this moment of time or anything. So we need to be careful with the words and the thoughts that we say and think about other people, because these is God's people, period. People have wisdom. It's not always about no money. It's about what can you teach somebody to keep them going. Like they always say, you can lead people to the well. That don't mean they're going to drink. You know, people have to want wisdom for themselves. And David wasn't having that. He said, oh no, I'm about to equip mine, because I just seen how, you know, this relationship me and God just had. I got to get this to my boy. So the proverb of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding. David is the king of Israel. He is saying, son, I'm writing you this message. I'm leaving you this wisdom so you can know and understand wisdom. To receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment and equality. He wants his son to receive instruction on how to be wise, how to be, you know, justice, judgment, and equality. To give subtly to the simple, to the young man, knowledge and discretion. He's saying, look, this is what you need, son. You need knowledge and discretion. This is what you're going to need to go through this world so you can judge righteously, so you can know what justice is, to have understanding, to perceive instruction. A wise man will hear and increase his learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel. See, a wise man, he's going to hear and he's going to increase his wisdom. He's going to keep on learning. He's going to keep on seeking. And then a man of understanding, he will obtain to the wise counsel. So you have to have wisdom and understanding. The understanding is you hearing and you continue to go forth. You continue to seek. The understanding is you actually walking in that wise counsel. So wisdom and understanding. To understand the proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark saying. To understand a proverb is to understand the words of the wise and to understand the words of evil as well. To understand the dark sayings and what they mean, the interpretation. It's wise to know, you know, the different good things, and then it's wise up to a certain extent to know that evil exists as well. You know, sometimes in this life we don't even think evil exists or different things like that. That's a strong delusion. So what he's saying is, I'm going to teach you, son, the righteousness, and I'm also going to teach you some of the dark sayings so you can be aware of these things as well. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. He is saying, son, to have the fear of the Lord is to have wisdom. When you have wisdom and understanding, that's how you know you fear the Lord. That's how you know you rocking with God, and that's how you know God is rocking with you. But fools despise wisdom and instruction. A foolish man, he don't need no instruction. He don't want no wisdom. He don't want nobody talking to him. He don't want nobody correcting him or nothing. He think he know it all. He don't have no fear of the Lord, right? My son, hear the instruction of thy father and forsake not the law of thy mother. He's saying, hear what I'm telling you, and then also forsake not the law of your mother. This is why it is important to have both parents. And we'll talk about that a later day. But this is why it is important to have and to do what God told us to do responsibly, to be married first and then have children. That way the wisdom is not broken up. We're supposed to get wisdom from both ends. He said, don't forget what he's teaching you, the wisdom and instruction, and don't forsake the law of your mother either. For they shall be an ornament of grace upon thy head and chains about thy neck. He said, wisdom and instruction shall be an ornament upon thy head and chains upon thy neck. This is your riches. Your wisdom and understanding is your riches and your gold. See, you don't physically need riches and gold. You have wisdom and understanding. That's the crown. That's the gold right there. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If a sinner try to ask you to do something bad, don't do it. Just don't do it. If they say, come with us, let us lie wait for blood, let us lurk perversely, I always say this wrong, pervertly for the innocent without cause, let us swallow them up alive as the grave, the hole, as those that go down into the pit. We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Cast in thy lot among us, and let us all have one pause. He said, look, son, I'm going to need you to carry this wisdom with you all the days of your life. This is what you need. This is how you know that you fear the Lord. This is how you know you ain't no foolish man. This is how you know you're a wise man. You understand the law of your father, and you have not forsaken the wisdom of your mother. This is what you're going to need in this life. You're going to need wisdom and understanding. That's going to be about the ornament of grace. Having wisdom and understanding is grace that you get from God. And it's going to be about the chains about your neck. You're going to be safe. He said, if sinners entice you, if somebody walk up to you and ask you to do some wrong, let's go rob a bank, let's go do something bad like that. He said, do not go with them. Do not go with people that say, well, we're just going to wait. We're waiting on the innocent. We waiting on this innocent man. Then we about to do this to him or do that to him just to get this or do that. He said, do not hang with them. Do not do that at all. My son, walk not thou in the way with them. Refrain thy foot from their path, for their feet run to evil and make haste to shed blood. Surely in the vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird. And they lie wait their own blood, they lurk perversely for their own lives. So are the ways of every one that is greedy of gain, which taketh away the life of the owners thereof. He said, son, look, don't walk with them. Don't walk with them. If you see them going left, you need to go right. If you see them going right, you need to go left. If you see them going up, you need to go down. You need to go in a different direction, because their feet is leading them unto the trap. They're being led astray. He said, son, don't let these people get in your head and tell you to let's go do something wild. Let's go have a good time. Let's do something ignorant, because you feared the Lord. Period. He said, when these people, they're taking their bodies in their presence, doing all of these bad things, they lie wait their own blood. A lot of the times people feel like, well, it ain't quite up with me yet. I've been doing this for all of this time. It ain't quite up with me yet. He said it's going to happen eventually. And that's ignorance right there, when we be feeling like, well, since, I got time, since it ain't quite up with me yet. Things happen over a period of time. It don't make no sense to not help yourself, to not try to heal something that's broken. And then over a period of time, you just getting broken more and more and more and more. He said, son, don't do that. Son, don't go with them, for they lie await their own blood. He says, so are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain, which taketh the life the owners thereof. These people is greedy. These people just want gain. You don't need to be around people like that. You have wisdom. Wisdom crieth out. She uttereth her voice in the streets. Wisdom has been crying out. God said he offers wisdom. He's been trying to get us to pay attention to wisdom. He's been trying to get us to learn. God's been sending us the invitation to the wedding. God's been trying to have us to answer the call for the purpose that he has on our life. And we just still despising the birthright. God said wisdom has been crying out like, hey, seek me. Hey, come and read. Hey, come and do something different. Hey, come and learn something new. Hey, walk by faith and not by sight. Go forth. Wisdom has been crying out for us. Wisdom has been trying to get our attention. When you have wisdom, you fear the Lord because you understand that, okay, this is what I need. You're not going to do anything foolish because you have wisdom. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, and the opening of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight their scorning, and the fools hate knowledge. Wisdom is saying these people are just simple-minded. This is what wisdom be saying to us. You're just simple-minded. How long are you going to hate wisdom and love simplicity? Just love being simple-minded. It just don't make no sense. She said, and fools hate knowledge. How long are we going to hate knowledge? Can't nobody correct us. Can't nobody teach us nothing. I already know that. I'm older and you can't tell me nothing. How long are we going to hate knowledge? Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Wisdom is saying, hey, I'm going to pour out my spirit. God is saying he's going to pour out his spirit. He's going to give us wisdom. Because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. Wisdom is saying, look, I've been trying to call. Been trying to say, hey, if you just read, just spend a little time with me, you will learn more. You can get more. You can do more. You will get more questions answered. You will live the life that you need to live. You just seek ye first. Seek wisdom first. You can be healed. You can be rich. You can be anything that you want to be. Just seek wisdom first so you can do this about the right way. Wisdom says she done stretched out her hand and no man regardeth. Ain't nobody saying, I'm about to see wisdom today. I'm about to read today. I'm about to do something different today. I'm about to cook. I'm about to compliment somebody today. People just still going on and going on and going on. Wisdom said, okay, but ye have set a knot at my counsel and would none of my reproof. Wisdom said you're not even trying to get correction. You too good, too much pride. You think you know it all. You can't even be corrected. I will also laugh at your calamity, and I will mock when your fears come. Wisdom say, for you being ignorant, how we be being ignorant, we don't want to learn nothing. We just want to be here, keep on going with the flow of the world, keep on going with the flow of the job, keep on going with the flow of the toxic relationship, just keep on going with the flow of everything. Wisdom says it's going to come a time where wisdom is going to laugh. Catch this spiritually, wisdom is going to laugh. Like, it's too late. You can't come get no wisdom now. You know how all of this stuff going on in the world, it's going to be too late. Yeah, you can't buy no Bible now. You can't get no wisdom now. When people is out here trying to show and trying to teach, you was too stubborn, so it's too late. Wisdom is going to laugh. It's too late. Wisdom stretched out our hand. Here go the information right here. You sitting on YouTube all day. Here go the information right here. Here go the information right here. Go books right here. God understands that, us doing something new and seeking new things are going to take time. But the simple fact that God is still trying to pour his spirit out, and just to sit, not that you're trying to like, okay, Lord, I don't know how, I don't know how this go. I don't know how we're going to do this, but I'm ready to get started in a relationship with you. I don't want to leave this world without you. Lord, I'm seeking help. I don't know where to go. I don't know where to turn to. I don't know what a Bible is. I don't know how to read. I just don't get it. Not that, ain't nobody even doing that. It's we just turning up. It's just the YOLO. Like, don't nobody got time for that. So wisdom said, okay, it's going to come a time that you literally not going to have time for that at all. And wisdom is going to laugh at you. It's going to be too late. When your fears come, wisdom is going to mock you, saying, you know what, you should have just, that was. When your fear cometh as desolation, I think I said that right. It's DESOLATIN. And your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you. Wisdom is going to be laughing. Wisdom is going to be mocking you. You had the time. You had the opportunity. There's been an extended invitation. All you did was turn your back on wisdom. You wanted to be foolish. You still want to go on about your foolish and greedy ways. You still wanted to kill, steal, and destroy. You didn't want to ask for forgiveness. You still wanted to commit adultery. You didn't want to ask for forgiveness. You didn't want to slow down. You still wanted to break up happy homes. You didn't want to slow down. You didn't want to do nothing. You just wanted to keep on going and going and going and going. You didn't try to help yourself with the health problems. You just kept on going and going and going. You never even tried a diet. You don't know what a diet look like. You just keep on going and going and going. Being disrespectful, you still fighting out here. You just keep on going and going. Having kids with no wisdom, just keep on going and going. Wisdom says she's going to laugh and mock. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Wisdom said at the last minute, somebody gonna be like, Lord, oh my God, like Jesus, okay, I'm ready now, I'm good. Like, and wisdom gonna be like, it's too late. People gonna be up early. This is going to come to pass. People gonna be up early and late nights trying to pray, trying to seek ye first. And it's gonna come a time. This is why it's so imperative that we get on board now. Everything is going to take time. Things are not going to happen overnight, but still, at least we're getting started. At least we're beginning to read and beginning to heal. God is giving us grace, but people that's taking his grace for granted, people that's taking his mercy for granted, people that's taking his wisdom for granted, it's going to be too late. When you up early mornings, you trying to fast, doing everything that he done said do beforehand, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord. Fearing the Lord is a good thing. And God said how you fear him, you have knowledge. When you have knowledge, you're not going to do anything ignorant that'll cause you to be in nothing ignorant. They would none of my counsel. They despise all of my reproof. Just hated any type of correction. You didn't want nothing. You didn't try to seek nothing. You didn't ask out for nothing. You never tried to read nothing. Never tried to learn nothing. Never tried to do nothing. We're just living here. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. Because you're not asking God for wisdom, because you're not asking God for understanding, you're going to have to walk this lifestyle out by yourself. You're going to have to figure everything out when it gets harder and different things begin to happen because you don't have the wisdom on how to do this or how to do that or how to even pray in general or how to even talk to God or get in contact with God in general. When they start messing with all the food and there ain't nobody got no food and you don't know how to fast in general or even try to do anything in general, it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. You're going to have to figure it out for your own self. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. The people that refuses wisdom, just the simple-minded, they're going to have to fight against. She said, for the turning away of the simple shall slay them. You'll be slain for being simple-minded. God told us that all the time. People perish for the lack of knowledge. And the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. And for all of the people that's stealing, killing, and destroying, with everything that they gained, their prosperity, that's going to destroy them. Because it's not righteous gain. It's not something that God gave. It's something that they stole. This is why David told Solomon, you don't do that. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell, shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from fear of evil. That is Proverbs chapter 1. Just in conclusion, David was telling his son, like, hey, son, you're going to need in this life wisdom and understanding. Your mother is going to teach you different things than your father is. And you're not to forsake her wisdom just because she's a woman. You know how sometimes you be like, well, that's coming from a woman, so I'm good. No, don't do that. You know how some men be like, well, you know, that's my girl, but sometimes she be acting like my mama. That's ignorant too. No woman wants to act like a man mother. Like, that's uncomfortable. That's you know, that's disturbing. No woman wants to act like, well, there is some woman that wants to act like a man's mother, but in reality, no. The woman, he said, don't forget what your mother taught you. So when you have a woman or a good woman or your mother, it is okay for a man to listen to what a woman does say. Like, a woman is wise as well. He told him, don't forsake the law of your mother. Don't just listen to me, listen to her too. He said, when people try to entice you, when sinners try to entice you, people that's doing bad things, they're going to try to invite you. Hey, let's skip school. Let's go to this party. Hey, let's go over to this girl house. Hey, let's go rob this innocent man and fill our houses with spoil. You get TVs, I get TVs. We're going to split all the money. He said, don't do that. Because when you do that, then you're waiting await your own blood. Like, you're waiting for something to happen because it is going to come to pass. He said that don't make no sense. To have the fear of the Lord is to have knowledge. You won't even be over there hanging with them. That goes for anything. You are the company you keep. This is where that comes from. For me, this is where this comes from. You are the company you keep. It comes from Proverbs. David was telling Solomon, you are going to be the people that you're around. He said, have wisdom. That's all you need. You don't need no gold. You don't need all of that stuff. See, with wisdom, you can probably make your own gold. With wisdom, you know that it was gold in the Pishon River in Genesis. With wisdom, you know different things. You will have the skills and ability to do different things righteously. Now, wisdom has been crying out. Wisdom has been asking people. We see different things going on in the world. So when we read, we have to put ourselves in this text as well, because it's prophecy. We see different things going on in the world. Ain't nobody trying to do nothing. It's just still, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. We're just going to go with the flow of things. We're not about to question nothing. We're scared. We're about to try to save ourselves. No, ain't nobody about to take no food from me. I ain't about to be on lockdown. So we're not seeking wisdom. And wisdom said, okay, well, due to ignorance, it's going to come a point of time, since you're not seeking wisdom, there's going to come a point of time to where you won't be able to get it. You won't be able to get it. We see different things going on in our world right now. Yeah, we speak about things. Yeah, things are probably, certain things are probably not going on right now, but it will come to pass. Everything God said will come to pass. So it don't make no sense to try to get it all at the last minute. We already seeing stuff catch on fire. We already seeing rivers drying up. It don't make no sense to try to get the wisdom at the last minute. Start somewhere. God is giving us grace. And just because we see prophecy coming to be fulfilled, that is going to be anyway. But that don't mean to just be like, well, we almost at the end anyway. They keep saying God about to come back. So if he on his way back, then I might as well. That's ignorance. We might as well start somewhere. Period. We don't want to be left trying to reach out to wisdom and God is like, you hear that? Nah, I don't hear that either. Now is the time. Now is the time. And then train the child up in the way they should go. The way they should go is the real way. Period. When I hear that, I hear the Bible. When I hear train the child up in the way they should go, I hear God. I hear Jesus. I hear the teachings of God. Period. Everything that we need is in the word of God. How to read, how to cook, how long we should bleed after periods, how long we should bleed after childbirth, all everything is here. So when I hear train the child up, I hear Proverbs first. Don't do that. Don't go over there. Seek wisdom. Seek ye first. Alexus love beauties and flawless men. Wisdom for beginners. I say start in Proverbs. Read Proverbs chapter 1. And it goes to verse 1 through 33. And read the whole text. Break it down if you have to break it down to understand. And then begin to continue in Proverbs. There is different parents that come off in Proverbs. And this is another reason why I say train a child up in the way they should go. And I feel like Proverbs will be a good start because there's different parents that's giving different pieces of wisdom in Proverbs. It's not just David talking to Solomon. It's other kings and leaders, and they're telling their children, their sons, wisdom as well. I say Proverbs is a great starter, a simple starter kit. the wisdom starter kit is going to be in Proverbs. And I just say start in the beginning. Break down the text piece by piece. Write things down so you can understand them, and ask God for understanding. This is where you're asking for wisdom. Ask God for wisdom and understanding when you read. And then, you can read anywhere else, but I say Proverbs is one of the easiest. That's what I think. I think Proverbs is easy to understand. I think Proverbs is I believe Proverbs is great. A great book to go to for wisdom for beginners. And then, eventually you'll begin to learn different areas and things like that. God wants you to learn in different areas. God wants you to learn in different, parts of his life and different prophecies and other people's testimonies. And then even besides the Bible, God still wants us to read different, seek wisdom from other people. This is why he put people here, because we're supposed to be teaching each other. We're supposed to be learning from our peers as well. So the Bible is always number one. Let's get that clear. But God does blesses each and every one of us because we all have a purpose to teach each other as well. Alexus love beauties and flawless men. Wisdom for beginners. Start in Proverbs. Make sure you get you a hard copy Bible. Ask God for understanding. Go in peace and begin to read. God will reveal to you what he needs to reveal to you at that time. And have patience. God tell you different things at different times as well. I say start in Proverbs to seek wisdom, just to know, different things about people. Go through and learn different things that God is saying. The different parents, how they're talking, how they're teaching their sons. It's not just about no Proverbs 31 woman or no Proverbs 31 man. There's wisdom all throughout Proverbs. This video was wisdom for beginners. I feel like everything that we need is in Proverbs. Alexus loves you. Mwah.